Hey y'all, welcome back. Well, I've had a lot of people asking a lot of questions about my amputation. If I'm still happy with it, what trouble I've had. So I won't do an intro or nothing. I'm just going to roll right into the video. So the people that haven't watched the video or know what happened, you can check this link up here in the corner, being this corner, this corner. I've got a video of how I done it. I have a video after the ray amputation in the first 7 days for when I finally see it for the first time. And I did one, I think it was 3 month review in May. Okay, so I cut my finger. I tore my finger off in a crane accident. Tore it off about right here. And on February 11th, right at quitting time on a Friday. And then I did the ray amputation the 14th. So it was on that Monday, Valentine's Day. They did the ray amputation and took it off. Now, I want to go back and touch on that because a lot of people's had a lot of questions to ask about that. When I ripped my finger off and I went to the emergency room, I wanted them to put it back on. Anybody would. I really wanted to put it back on. But it was so tore and it literally broke it and ripped it off. It would have been so many surgeries to put it back on that after the emergency room guy got a hold of the hand specialist, he pretty much said, there's no way to save it. We're going to have to take it off. If you do put it back on, we'll have to get the bone to heal, and then you have all these surgeries. So he sent me home that weekend, and then, of course, with some pain meds. And then I went back. I went up to another doctor and seen my surgeon, which was Dr. Renfrey. Great guy. And we sat down. He looked at it, and he pretty much told me, he asked me what I done for a living. I'm a maintenance man and or production engineer, whatever you want to call it. Plus, I do all kind of stuff. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, master of none, plumbing, everything else, electrical, whatever. But he said, well, if you use your hands, you need to do the ray amputation. And it is workman's comp, so I would say you need to take it off. I won't if you don't, but I'm telling you as a doctor, you need to take it off. And what convinced me on it was he said I would hit it on everything, putting it in my pocket, reaching my toolbox. That nub sticking up would get real cold in the winter when I'm hunting. It just caused a lot of issues. So I went ahead, I talked to my mom and my wife, and I went ahead and done it. The next video, which is this one, will show after the ray amputation till I seen it. It was very upsetting. So what I would say to anybody that's going through this, when you tear a finger off or something, it's almost like you mourn it for a few days. You keep wishing it never happened. You fear what people's going to think when they look at you. Are they going to notice it? Just all these things play through your head. And it's almost like you're mourning the loss of your finger. I know it sounds weird, but unless you've been in this situation, and there's people that's got a lot worse amputees than me. I just lost a finger. There's people that's lost legs and everything, and they still get up and do stuff. And they don't try their best not to let it bother them. But anyway, there's all that worrying during that week, and then you have to, and for 2 weeks. With me, when I went back to the doctor, my finger was locked in this position, like this. It would not move. This one was bent like this. This is what my hand looked like. I couldn't even hardly move this one up and down. And of course, they told me to try to use it, and I'd be starting physical therapy soon, but just barely use it. Don't use, I pushed it a lot harder than probably what most people would have. As y'all can look back on some of the videos I did during my amputation when I was out of work. I tinkered with my truck. I did a lot of things because I had to reassure myself that I could do what I used to do, missing this finger. And so I pushed through, and the doctor was really impressed with, he actually thought I started therapy when I came because my fingers, I was moving these two real good, and this one was barely moving. Well, he put me in physical therapy 2 times a week. The girls at Select Therapy, those people were awesome. They got rid of my phantom pains. They worked with me. Just some of the smallest things that you wouldn't think would be a factor in helping you with your finger they helped me so much. I went back to work after 3 weeks out. All I was out. I went back to work on light duty. Couldn't use my left extremity. And I would just had to take it easy for a while till they released me. I caught myself using my hand, and they'd get on to me, tell me not to. But anyway, I worked through the therapy, and they released me, and I've been doing my job. Now, like I said, I am a maintenance man. I plumb, I fix stuff, do wiring, electrical, whatever is needed at work, I do, not counting. You'll see me climbing tree stands, hanging tree stands, running tractors, food plots, whatever. This has not slowed me down at all. It it took me a little getting used to it, but there's times I forget it's even there. I mean that it's missing. So I've not found nothing in my job that I can't perform my job as normal. I can do everything. I can hold tools, drill, shoot guns, about anything like that I can do like I did before. Now, on this part right here, as you can see, that's where I'll bring it in close. You can see here, that's the only incision in the palm of my hand, that scar right there. It goes up, and you can see as it comes down here. Now, as you can see, I can do anything. I can make a fist. Nothing's painful, nothing hurts. I've got most of the palm of my hand. See? It's almost identical, other than that. But it's almost identical. This part is skinnier. So what I found is like somebody dropping change in my hands at a drive-through window, it falls out of my hand. I mean, if you don't cup, you can't cup your hand like you can. See the difference? See this cup in here that's pulled? This is as tight as I can pull it. There's no cupping. So bolts, screws, little things want to run out of your hand, but you do learn how to hold things different, how to clamp them with your pinky and stuff like that. That's really the only nuisance thing that I've seen. Now, I've had a bunch of hunters ask me about guns, shooting, shotguns, rifles, the jolt, and all that stuff, the kick of the gun. I have not had any issues whatsoever. I've shot my rifle, muzzleloader, shotguns. As y'all seen in the turkey video, maybe I've got enough room on this video to post it up here, but you can check it out too. Right when I first found out the doctor let me go hunting, I killed a turkey that weekend. I shot my Remington Ultra Mag or Turkey Express, and its 3.5-inch shells didn't bother me a bit. So no shooting, no rifles. It is my left hand. I am right-handed, so this is my trigger finger. Holding a pistol, shooting is no big deal. Even putt-putt. I went and played putt-putt, and no issues whatsoever. Not a big golf fan, but I like to play putt-putt. Fishing, nothing. None of that outdoor activity has bothered me at all, except my bow. Now, I've shot my bow very little since this happened. I am hitting pretty good with it, but you have to learn to trust yourself, like with this hand. Now, some people that's been asked these questions, they're having this finger amputated and they'll have their pinky. I don't know exactly how that would work, but with any bow, you're mainly letting that brace rest right here anyway. But me, I feel like I'm torquing the bow. I'm leaving my fingers loose, but my hand doesn't feel right the way it used to. Deer season's coming up really quick. I've had a lot of stuff I'm trying to get caught up before the season. We got a velvet hunt coming up in August. It's a 3-day hunt. So I will be shooting my bow a lot in the next week and a half, but if it don't pan out with the bow, I've got the crossbow hanging on the wall and I'll go with it. But I'm sure in season 2022, you will see me probably with a compound too. So that'll be for another update. Maybe I'll do an anniversary 1-year update. If I could say anything to anybody that would help them in this situation is try your best to stay positive. Push yourself, even when you don't think you can. Don't favor it if you can possibly not favor it. There was times I would pick everything up my right hand. Now I made a habit to pick it up with my left hand. They told me I never get more than 60% grip back in this hand. I proved them wrong. I got 92 in this hand. it is a lot to take on. It does mess with your mind. The head games are the worst part. But anybody out there that's got a nub or that is really having a problem with it, or they've talked to the doctor about the ray amputation. I have talked to a bunch of amputees with ray amputation. I've got a good friend here in town. Well, we made friends over this. I haven't talked to him in a few weeks or in a little while. But he actually shot his finger off and had a middle finger amputation. Or one of these two fingers, he had a ray amputation. And he's doing fine. And he really was real positive with me and helped me through the first part of this. So I would recommend the ray amputation to anybody. I think the quality of life of being able to just do anything without having that nub be a problem, I would say do it. But anyway, I want to give y'all an update. This is, like I said, it's 6 months. I'm 3 days late on the 6th month of the amputation. So I made the right decision. I'm happy with my decision. I'm doing just fine with this hand. And what's funny about it, most people never notice it until I point it out or something said, and then it shocks them because you just don't notice it. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm not a very vain person anyway, but I'm sure we'll put it to the test with deer season 2022 when it gets cold. I'm going to have some gloves with the fingers cut out with the sides sewed up, and I'll probably use some hand warmers. But I'll get back with you in February or right after Christmas to tell you how it's went. But anybody that's out there that's thinking about it's got any questions, feel free to drop a comment. I'll get back to you, answer it the best I can. Thanks to everybody that were on amputee forums and stuff that sent me links to talk to people. And I've met some really good people. I've got some friends that I've made through YouTube in this amputation that went through something similar to me. So I wish the best of luck to y'all. And don't forget, if you're just on here for the amputation videos or the Pioneer videos or whatever, if you subscribe, it helps us out a lot. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe and like. Share and comment, and if any of these videos can help somebody be safer from the other videos that I posted on the amputee stuff, please share them, put them on social media, spread them around. Who knows? I mean, I've already had 2 people that's asked me to speak in their safety meetings about what happened and how I could have went to prevent it and the things that I'm going through. So as always, we appreciate y'all watching, and God bless. We'll see you on the next video. See ya.